Are you completely exhausted from pouring into others while your own well runs dry, just waiting for a reward or recognition or appreciation that never seems to arrive? Well, it's time to stop romanticizing your burnout loves and time to reclaim your sovereign right to receive without an ounce of guilt. We're here today to dismantle the distorted, heavy beliefs that keep you tethered to hollow sacrifice. You've been told by society, maybe even your own bloodline, that giving until it hurts is a spiritual virtue. But what if I told you that your constant self-sacrifice is actually a direct breach of universal law? Constant depletion isn't divinity. It's a slow motion bankruptcy of your soul. So today we're auditing your energetic ledger and we're shredding the contract of martyrdom. Welcome back, loves. And if you're new here, welcome. This is Shadow Work Sunday, a space where I share what I'm actively working on in case it can help you too. Remember to take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and always use your own divine discernment. Loves, I'm not talking to you today from a pedestal. I'm speaking to you from the trenches because I have been there too. I know exactly what it feels like to burn your life to the ground trying to keep everyone else warm. I had to learn the hard way how to shred these contracts. And today I want to guide you through the exact practical shifts that actually worked for me. Now, before we dive deep, let me map out exactly where we're traveling today so you can prepare your space, your journal, whatever else you'll need, okay? So first, we're exposing the false divinity of depletion to see why you've been romanticizing your own exhaustion. Next, we're physically auditing your energetic ledger to find where your life force is leaking. Then we will actively sever the invisible tethers of old vows before we rewrite your relationship with the law of compensation so you can receive abundantly. And finally, we'll map out how to build a sustainable wellspring so you never hit empty again. Because the universal law of compensation was never meant to be a debt collection agency for your energy. Yet so many of us, treat your exhaustion like a badge of honor. We are performing a ritualistic deconstruction of your giver's contract today to ensure your abundance is finally sustainable. Stop drowning in the shallow end of service. If you're ready to formally step out of the survival cycle and anchor your energy with me, hit the subscribe button and stay with me. And if you know you need to clear this deeply, the doors to the Inner Sanctuary membership, all my full Shadow Work Alchemy course are always open in the description below. Let's do the real work. Let's look at the modern epidemic of burnout. Somewhere along the line, we started wearing exhaustion as some sort of badge of spiritual honor and social status. We look at people who are running on empty and we praise them for how much they endure. But this is historical programming. It's a deep ancestral distortion that suggests your worth as a human being and your value as a spiritual vessel is directly tied to how much you suffer for others. You've signed a silent sacrificial contract. You've subconsciously agreed to be the one who carries the weight, the one who fixes everything, the one who saves everyone. And all it has brought you is perpetual exhaustion and a timeline of diminishing returns. The universe cannot fill a cup that insists on breaking itself to feed everyone else. So to break this cycle, you have to track your somatic triggers. So this week, every time someone asks you for something, don't answer them immediately. Pause for 3 seconds. Notice if your chest tightens or your jaw clenches or any other physical signs. If your body is screaming no, but your mouth says yes, you're operating under the false belief that your depletion equals your divinity. Your awareness in that 3-second pause is where the contract begins to crack. So stay with me, because once you recognize this false programming, we have to look at the cold, hard numbers of where your energy is actually going. Right now, I want you to look at your life and audit your energetic ledger. We need to identify the hidden leaks where your life force is being silently drained by unreciprocated demands and one-sided dynamics. Who is eating at your table without bringing anything to the feast? And we have to be radically honest here, okay? Is your giving coming from a place of true overflowing generosity, or is it a fawn response? Because for many of us, giving is a survival mechanism we developed in childhood to ensure safety, control, or belonging. If I give enough, they won't leave. If I give enough, I'm safe. So calculate the real cost of that hollow martyrdom, because that's what it is. It is costing you your mental health, your creative output, and your physical vitality. You are paying for other people's comfort with your own life force, your own energy. So now to audit your ledger, open your journal and draw a line down the center of the page. Now feel free to pause this at any time if you need to go grab something, or watch it in its entirety and come back to it, okay? But we're gonna draw a line down the center of the page. On the left side, write down the names of people, projects, and obligations you poured into this week. We're just looking at this week for now. And later you can do this each week if you feel called to continue it. And on the right side, write down exactly what returned to you from those spaces. Now, this could be support, appreciation, financial compensation, or pure joy. It doesn't have to be financial, okay? Any benefit you receive from it. Now, look at the zeros on the right side. Those aren't acts of charity, loves. Those are leaks where your boundaries have completely collapsed. And by zeros, I mean I really want you to put 0 if you received nothing in return. Stick with me through this next part, because once you see those leaks on paper, we have to perform the energetic surgery required to cut those cords for good. If this is hitting your spirit right now, drop me a green heart in the comments or type "I'm auditing my ledger" to signal your subconscious and the collective energy that the blind giving stops today. Now we execute the clearing. Mentally, energetically, I want you to close your eyes if you can, if it's safe, and cancel those outdated vows. Cancel the vows of poverty, extreme self-sacrifice, and ancestral contracts that told you had to be small or depleted to be loved. Those contracts no longer serve your growth. To keep those tethers cut, you have to implement the sovereign no. A sovereign no is not aggressive. It's a protective, sacred barrier that preserves your energy for high impact, authentic contributions. Yes, the guilt will come up. Believe me, it will. When you start prioritizing your own needs over the demands of the collective, people who benefited from your lack of boundaries, they will start calling you selfish. Let them. That guilt is the old programming leaving your system. Stand firm in your containment. Now, when a league tries to re-enter your space this week, you are going to use a strict buffer script. No over-explaining, no apologizing, no justifying. You will simply say, "I don't have the capacity to take that on right now, but thank you for thinking of me." Simple as that. Then you sit through the discomfort of the silence that follows. It will be uncomfortable. Over-explaining is just your inner child begging for permission to have a boundary. You are the adult now. You don't need permission. Stay with me, because once the tethers are severed, the entire universe changes how it responds to you, and we have to step into a completely new law of flow. We are completely shifting this perspective here, loves. I'm so excited for you about this. The law of compensation is not a zero-sum game where you lose so someone else can win. That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works. If you know, you know. True universal law is a flow-based model. Receiving is not selfish. Receiving is a mandatory prerequisite for sustainable giving. You cannot pour from an empty vessel. Reclaim your right to be compensated fairly, beautifully, and abundantly in all forms, whether that's money, time, space, or genuine raw appreciation. Establish a new internal protocol starting today. You mandate a baseline of deep self-replenishment before any external output occurs. You give from your overflow, never from your core reserves. I'm going to say that again because it was a tough one for me to understand too. You give from your overflow, never from your core reserves. You are establishing an overflow protocol. From this moment on, you do not check your phone, check your emails, answer anyone else's problems for the first 30 minutes of your day. That time belongs solely to your replenishment. Whether you meditate, sit with your tea, breathe in silence, you are proving to your subconscious that you are your own primary investment. If you don't fill your cup first thing in the morning, you will spend the rest of the day letting others bleed you dry. Don't leave me yet, because this leads us to the ultimate step, creating a reality where abundance finds you automatically without you ever having to chase it. To make this stick, you have to build a daily ecosystem of radical self-nurturance. This isn't a one-time boundary, it's a lifestyle. It's ensuring your cup is perpetually overflowing because you are the one filling it first. When you do this, you move out of that frantic survival frequency, that desperate hustle to be validated through service, and you step into a frequency of magnetic abundance. You are a money magnet, tell yourself that. You stop chasing people, situations, and validation. Instead, you attract exactly what matches your sovereign worth. Commit to a legacy of sustainable impact. Your light will remain bright for years to come, simply because you have finally stopped burning yourself at both ends. Create a physical abundance anchor in your home. What I mean is, this can be a crystal, maybe a special candle that you love, or even just a special spot on your altar or in your home, okay? Every single day when you look at it, place your hand over your heart and say, I give from my overflow and I receive with grace. It's that simple. Place your hand over it and again say, I give from my overflow and I receive with grace. Let that physical anchor remind you that the moment you start feeling exhausted, you've stepped back into the old contract, because this will happen, okay? But that's okay. You're human. You will pull your energy back, return to your sanctuary, and refill, okay? The contract is shredded, loves. Take a deep breath with me and let that truth land in your bones. If you want to dive deeper into this reclamation, grab the Shadow Work Starter Kit link below or join us inside the membership, where we actively deconstruct these blocks together every single month. Thank you so much for sitting with me in the sanctuary today. I'll see you next Sunday, but until then, sending you light, love, and healing, and I hope this helped.